Hi there, I'm Simon Well and I'm delighted to have been asked to present the top 40 best estate agency supplier innovations of 2020. I've got to admit I'm a bit of a train spotter for this anyway, given that our mission at Kerfuffle is to provide you agents with the best possible resources in choosing your next partner for the business, and I'm sure you'll agree there's no shortage of those over the following 18 minutes. The top 40 have been broken down into top 10 innovations for each particular stream, both to ensure a best fit and to prevent you having to watch 80 minutes of Simon Well. Look, I'm a narcissist, but I'm not stupid. You can catch up on all these sessions over the next 7 days and visit the Kerfuffle booth or any of the relevant supplier booths to find out more. First up, leadership. I would have had rotten fruit thrown at me if I'd covered leadership without including Mr. Watkins. Above and beyond his ceaseless dedication to sending the lift down to the people down below in this industry, he's also got a fantastic position as thought leader, positioning his agency clients as the most knowledgeable property people in their patch. This is the man who claimed the phrase digital mayor, and he's genuinely one of the nicest people in the industry who has an almost fundamentalist belief in the concept of pay it forwards. He's an absolute asset to this industry, but that's not the reason he's included. If you want to tap into his incredible mind and put a huge tick against content creation, then I urge you to speak to him. Just look at these figures behind me. He's been there and done it, so why make the same mistakes? Get in contact and see how he can help. Chris's local area commentary has become the centrepiece of many agents' communiques to their clients. Team up with him with the property video solutions guys and you've got content catnip. The man oozes ROI. Every agency needs a Watkins. Next up, Camera data. With each council having devolved powers to introduce discretionary licensing schemes, the regulatory landscape in the UK has become increasingly messy and fragmented, adding to the growing compliance burden felt by agents and making compliance difficult and cumbersome. Now, I'll be honest, I read this a number of times. It was only when I investigated that I realised the importance of this. So this one is niche, but if it's relevant, it could be gold dust for you. CAMA provide data-driven technology solutions to simplify the complexity of property licensing in the private rented sector. CAMA solved the business problem above through building technology and data methodologies to aggregate, cleanse and map property licensing in real time, something that nobody else in the market had been able to do. CAMA make tools that remove complexity and make compliance easy for agents. Save time. They cut out the manual work involved with property licensing compliance, giving agents instant property licensing requirements for any UK property. De-risk CAMA's clients' portfolios. They are monitored 24/7. Their tech ensures their portfolios are always kept up to date with any legislation changes and no unlicensed properties are left on the books. And of course, the ability to generate revenue. They make it incredibly easy for agents to identify unlicensed landlords and introduce a targeted licensing application service, converting risk into profit. You've got 3 weeks to get to them before the end of October. Quote Kerfuffle and get the rest of 2023. At number 3, we've got Goodlord. Goodlord is the only end-to-end pre-tenancy software on the market, which delivers referencing, compliance and the sale of revenue-generating products all under one roof. The Goodlord product itself is designed to simplify the tenancy process. They estimate that it can take up to 100 different steps and 9 different suppliers for a letting agent to complete one tenancy. That's incredible, unless you are using the Goodlord platform. The coronavirus pandemic has seen the lettings industry face unprecedented challenges, and Goodlord was able to support its customers throughout lockdown with a pay-as-you-get-paid offer and continuing to offer its rent protection and legal expenses insurance throughout the pandemic. Lots of companies claim to be in this together. Do remember the ones that reinforce that via their actions. Goodlord now helps over 1,000 agency customers save up to 70% of admin and earn additional revenue on each tenancy. One of the first companies to complete integration with Reapit's Foundations platform. Go give them a ring. Once upon a time, Moneypenny claimed we answer calls. That's all we do. But then you see an amazing company like Wrexham's Finest and you realise that was never going to last forever. I asked them for one innovation, but I got 3. First up, outbound calling. Many of their clients have been begging for this, whether it's qualifying new prospects, arranging viewings or valuations, following up on appointments. reaching out to historic clients, or simply keeping in touch with existing customers. Secondly, they've got a self-screening bot. Safeguard your staff and your customers before any physical viewings take place with their online symptom checker, the easiest way to manage COVID-19 administration. And then finally, their digital switchboard. In the absence of your in-house staff, their intelligent speech recognition technology allows your callers to self-serve, giving your agency a professional image whilst alleviating pressure on your sales team. So to summarise, helping you service high levels of demand with fewer staff and maximising revenue opportunities whilst keeping your staff and clients safe. Reduce the noise and focus on selling, invaluable if you've come back with less staff. They claim to save agencies up to 60% versus an in-house team and rely on scalable support in line with demand, helping you remain agile through challenging times. Just as an aside, if you ask them kindly, get them, when all is socially safe, to give you a tour of their Moneypenny offices. Believe me, I've been to Google, Microsoft, Facebook and any number of other companies held up as ideal working places. I've yet to see anywhere that matches up to the culture and environment that Moneypenny have created there. From them, they're willing to give you a free 2-week trial if you talk to their wonderful team. Just don't steal their socks. Come on, we all know your game. Give these guys a go. At 5, we've got Stitch. Okay, pop quiz. What has a higher open rate than text messages? You won't be surprised to hear that it's WhatsApp. Josh Fegan, again, amazing to have him here today, has been talking for some time about making sure you hang out where your customers are. Well, let me tell you now, the vast majority of them are on WhatsApp. Now, I'm sure a number of you are sitting rather proud of yourselves at the moment, getting some stellar results from utilising your own WhatsApp channels. Big problem here is if you're using your own consumer version of WhatsApp, even if you're presenting that as the business channel, you're almost certainly breaking WhatsApp's own terms of business and potentially even, do you remember our old friend Mr. GDPR? So before you start saying, well, it's just for the kids or people sending dodgy gifts, think on these stats. Nearly 80% of the UK population use WhatsApp as their go-to messaging app. Email and voice, while still relevant, are no longer the consumer's preferred way to communicate. Guys, you know this. There's a demographic of person out there that simply no longer uses their phone for its supposedly primary feature. You can either complain about this, and we can have a rant as well about chicken no longer tasting a chicken, or get on board with it. Stitch provides a range of messaging solutions focused around the world of WhatsApp and social media messaging for estate agents. WhatsApp have launched their API and now Stitch help agents leverage this messaging channel within their organisations. In a recent survey, 56% of consumers said that they would choose to work with a business that offered a WhatsApp as a convenient communication channel over a company that didn't. Up to you people. I'm the king of I told you so, so it doesn't bother me at all. But this is how Stitch helps. Handle more leads in less time. Their WhatsApp API solutions solve the GDPR and compliance issues when faced using conventional WhatsApp, as well as the WhatsApp business on work devices. And you can integrate WhatsApp with your CRM as well. Agents using it are seeing portal leads to WhatsApp conversion rates of up to 70%. Sold? Okay, next. Let's go next. Global 4. So these guys are offering cost-effective business telephone packages such as their market-leading hosted telephone system with integrated video conferencing, call recording, mobile app and soft phone. Used by thousands of agents in the UK. They're a 5-star rated on Kerfuffle and have 2 great deals for you today. Preserve your cash flow with 6 months free billing and enhance your service delivery with their hosted telephone system with integrated video conferencing, call recording and computer integration. They integrate with all the main CRMs, allowing you to get the sort of stats that previously were only available with specific call centre software. But the reason they're in here today, I spend my life encouraging agents to move out of their comfort zone and think about making changes to their businesses, citing the benefits it will bring them and the opportunity cost if they don't. Global 4 really just did the equivalent of saying hold my pint and came out with this challenge. If we can't save 25% on your existing bill, we will give you £5,000, so a guaranteed saving. Please form an orderly queue. Probably a good job it's a virtual event, or social distancing would have gone right out of the window with that one. Next up, Safe2. Their challenge has been how to modernise the outdated process of ordering safety certificates. How do they do this? Via their heavily tech-based platform, agents can order any safety certificate required for their properties with just a click of a button via the platform. Certificates are stored under the property address and renewal dates tracked. They have a time-saving and convenient ordering system, any safety certificate available and the entire UK covered, and they offer a free online certificate management service with approved engineers. If you want to have all your certificates under one roof with one point of contact, these are the ones for you. Next up, ASP. Earlier in the year at Kerfuffle, we carried out a survey on sales progression. Now, I'm not saying this was the most incisive discovery, because 100% of agents agreed that the sales progression process was too slow. No shit, Sherlock, the audience boomed back at me. They also agreed that it's time-consuming and frustrating. ASAP's innovative approach to sales progression focuses on getting sellers and buyers legally ready to move ASAP. See what they've done there? Their no sale, no fee model, search process and proactive approach of appointing solicitors at the time of listing all help to speed up the process. Their methodology turns sales progression from a cost to an income stream. So you've got speed, improved cash flow and revenue streams, and a reduced fall-through rate. ASAP's average time from sale agreed to exchange and completion is 77 days. Their average fall-through rate is 13.2%, compared to an industry average of 35%. They're offering agents a 50% discount for the first 3 months when you sign up to their sales progression service, a saving of £100. To qualify, please visit their virtual booth at EA Masters today. And yes, it has been pointed out to me how bizarre it is to have myself focus so much on how much money we can save people when my expenses were a thing of legend at every company I've ever been at. But this is very much a case of do as I say, not as I do. At number 9, we have Inventorybase, self-service reports enabling tenants to carry out their own checkouts. The report provides the tenant with the ability to take notes, photos and video of their rented accommodation, with supported written and verbal guidance from our team. A great tool for lettings agents, COVID-19 kit bag enabled. Work streams connect landlords and property managers with suppliers to outsource property visits to local vetted professionals. They've launched Academy, a hub for property service providers to both learn, hone and develop their skill set and enhance their professionalism, which has been expanded during lockdown so as to not affect people's learning capabilities. During the lockdown, their self-service reports option catered for over 50% of activity, with over 20,000 self-service inspections issued since the country went into the initial lockdown phase. The feedback from agents is they wish to maintain self-service inspections beyond lockdown to reduce the number of attended inspections they are performing each year, therefore reducing costs and empowering tenants to take care of their properties. So deliver professional property reports and inspections in a fraction of the time, save admin time and costs, and streamline your property management process. Workstreams is a new innovative network that enables anyone to outsource property visits like inventory checkout reports to local and experienced suppliers vetted and approved by Inventorybase. Combine the software for in-house reporting with unrivaled access to a network of professional inventory providers, or just outsource single jobs as and when you need to right there. 3 months for the price of one, access and support exclusively for Kerfuffle members, no contractor obligation, or 4 months free with an 18-month contract for anyone here today at EA Masters. At number 10, AgentHub. Now this is one that I was always worried about in my previous days as Mr. CRM. I would be even more paranoid than usual, whispering, what about Salesforce? What about Salesforce? For those that aren't as train spotty as me and might not know, Salesforce is the world's largest CRM system. Its failing to date has been customising it for a estate agency specifically. The amount of UK agents that tried using it but gave up after being labelled as realtors for the umpteenth time are legendary. But like my various hairstyles, the times are a-changing. Propertybase and today's entry, AgentHub, are part of a new breed of tech built on the back of this behemoth. AgentHub is a ready-built version of Salesforce and has challenged the status quo by making sure it can be customized to fit the customer's business process seamlessly. By leveraging the power of workflows, triggers and an open API, they're setting a marker to give their users the best possible working experience. Why is this important? Well, as I mentioned in a separate stream, our domestic CRMs are changing and becoming ever more flexible. But if you choose to build on the back of the Salesforce platform, you have access to over 3,000 apps and companies overnight. Their innovation this year has been to unveil the multi-listing system, or MLS, so prominent in other countries, but particularly the US. Their argument is if you can work closer with friendly agents to properly share properties effortlessly, then you should be able to charge higher fees. Look, I'm not for 1 minute thinking we're getting anywhere near the 6 fees of the Americans, but someone will find a way of making this work to their advantage. So I'd encourage you to have a look at these new players, because whisper it quietly, there's some exciting tech outside of our own property sector. To the ease of integration point, these guys are doing free integration to a business of your choice with 50% off the admin fee too. Don't forget to claim your free virtual goodie bag at the Kerfuffle booth, which has offers for many of these top 40 providers and a few wildcards in there too. There are some cracking deals in there to give you a flavour of what these businesses can do for you. In case you think I can't count, as I mentioned at the start, there are 3 other top 40 sessions being streamed at the moment where I highlight 10 different innovations in each. You can watch these on catch up over the next 7 days. And finally, one more thing. Yes, I'm going all Steve Jobs on you. Look, I appreciate I can get overly excited at some of the most mundane things. Greg's delivering on Uber Eats brought a tear to my eye. But what you're about to see next, I believe, is one of those special moments, a once-in-a-decade transformation, where unlike the consistent gradual evolution, suddenly something comes along like the iPhone and there's a quantum leap that changes everything. I'm incredibly excited to be the first person to show you the street. Play video.